Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing my what sold for last weekend, which is January 27th through the 29th. I guess my talking subject before we get started with this is Mercari. We put out a video the other day. It was just kind of impromptu because, Robert and I were discussing Mercari and the shipping and everything. But I've had some really good comments, and I've come to realize something. What I pay is different from somebody in a different region, because Misty made a comment to us that said she's in Texas, but her 2 and 3 pound rates are the same, and her 4 and 5 pound rates are the same. So last night, Robert had done all the prep work for this video. I was just the face to it, trying to just go through my thoughts on if it's something I even want to consider. But I went and double checked Robert's numbers. But yeah, everything that we showed in that video as far as the rates we are being shown for shipping stuff was different than hers. And I guess that makes sense, because Mercari's going to base it on where you are. And if you're in the central states, you probably are paying less. Or your buyers are probably paying less maybe than mine. I don't know. It just seemed odd. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think what I'm going to do from this point forward, this is my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I'm only going to list under a pound stuff on there from this point on. And I don't even know if I'll deal with the 12-ounce disparity in shipping. I just know it's just not reasonable. It's not a good use of my time to be putting this other stuff on there. But I think from this point on, because of so few sales that I make on Mercari anyway, I'm just going to focus on maybe cross-listing low first class shipping items only. And I'm really focusing on Poshmark and Poshmark and Etsy. So just keep filling me in on your thoughts. Somebody else had made a comment overnight that if I set up my shipping the way we talked about, where I pick the middle states amount, people in California and stuff may start buying. It may just change the dynamics of who would normally buy my item. And I may be getting a whole lot of orders farther away because, they know how much normally they're being charged, and they'll see mine as, because I'm going to be taking a loss on these, the higher weight items. I'm rambling, but sometimes I just got to talk this through. So I'm going to just mostly focus on getting most things on Posh and my vintage stuff on Etsy. And I made the decision also where I was keeping it at like a $15 because of the way their rates, their fees are. But I don't think so. I think I am going to list some $10 and up items on there. By the time I take into consideration all the fees I'm paying, like on eBay, because I promote high, but I need it to stay that way because my sales are okay. And I think I looked at numbers for just like last month. I'm paying on average about 20% in fees, and that includes the original fees that eBay charged, the 12%. So about 8% more on average. But my sales are okay. I'm maintaining my weekly goals that I need to get. So I don't think I'm going to change it. I promote at suggested +2 with a cap at 10. Not everybody can do that. I know that. But I pay so little for the things that I buy, for the most part, that I'm still making a really good profit on the items that I do sell. So that's where I'm going at this point. That's my thought processes. All right, let's go ahead and get this going. Going to start with Mercari. My best sale was not on eBay. And I did not have any sales on Etsy last weekend. I've had, I think, 2 or 3 since. But I have been listing a lot. No, cross-listing a lot and listing a lot on eBay. I'm almost back up to 10,000 listings. And then we're just going to keep going. Keep going. All right, Mercari. I think all 3 of these are viewer sales. It doesn't give me the name, and I didn't have I didn't write your name down, so I'm really sorry that I didn't. But this first item, Hasbro, Lion King, Pumbaa, sold for $8. I'm pretty sure it was a viewer sale, so thank you so much. Oops. And then this is a viewer sale. Thank you very much, Sherry. She bought this Cabbage Patch doll for $9. And I believe this one also, Soft Things Deer for $9. And then I sold these. I've had these listed a while. I actually have a set of 2. They are Tabasco pepper sauce Bloody Mary stemmed goblets. A lot of them that I saw listed were like tumblers, but it took a long time to sell, and they did sell for $14. And you can see they paid $12.48 shipping. So, you know, it does still sell on there. Okay, Poshmark, $11 sale. The thing with Poshmark, though, I'm not going to send out offers on things that I'm not going to make at least $10 on. Does that make sense? You know, I don't want to take that hit. Plus, anytime you send out offers, you have to give them also decreased shipping rates. So at that point, it would really not be worth it. So this sold at $11. It's a Nautica men's long sleeve shirt. Been listed a really long time, so it was time to go. And then this, I don't think this has not been listed very long. I'm pretty sure we bought these at the Highway 127 sale. They are, I'm not even going to pronounce it, but just a very cool looking men's short sleeve shirt with that little design down the front. Sold for $16 on Posh. And then my big sale. I ain't even putting it to the end. Y'all, I was thrilled. Funko, Five Nights at Freddy's. But this is Bonnie Rabbit from 2016. She did have her paper tag, but it did have a crease. I got so many lowball offers on it on eBay. And then it sold on Posh. Full asking price, $135. So definitely check your Five Nights at Freddy's plush, because most of them are probably bread and butter. They were just mass produced, but there are some that are bolos. All right, and then eBay. eBay's got a glitch going. I'm going to show you here in a second what happened. You know, it's always something, right? But this is Mojang Minecraft Llama. I think I showed you guys a Fortnite llama. That one's bread and butter, but this one was decent. It sold for $17.05. And here, look, it wouldn't pull up my price that it sold for. Nothing. And I got, I think, 2 of them. This is Hug Fun Gray Bear Plush with the cute little winter hat and scarf on. It sold for $9. Hug Fun is just one of those brands. I do pick it up a lot. But it's my bread and butter. But if I'm only paying, you know, this maybe 50 cents for it, $9 is a good sell price. All right, this was a kind of sort of a fail. I bought this at an estate sale. I want to say I paid $10 for it a long time ago. Sold it, I want to say $50 or $60, but when I went to pull it out of the box, that little plastic button that just sits on, look at me, sits on the screw here on the side, had broken off while it was being stored. So I relisted it at a much lower price and got a $22 offer on it. So not making a whole lot, but made a profit on a broken item, which was my fault. All right, Columbia women's vest. Sold for $17.71. I've been listing a lot of clothes, and it just, like always, when you list a specific category. It just seems like I sell a lot in that category. Coffee mugs, I pick tons up and they sell on a regular basis. This was a Dr. Seuss coffee mug from, I think, that estate sale that I bought just a ton of vintage Christmas and the HO scale train stuff. Paid $1 for it. It sold for $13.45. This is another viewer sale. Thank you again, Sherry. This is a Tie Digits monkey plush. Paid $20 for it. Build-A-Bear. Again, most of them are bread and butter, but definitely check your comps. I think I just saw in Bolo Buddies group that somebody found the Mustang, the black Mustang. It's like $1,000 for it. So, you know, you got to pay attention. Most of the bears, there may be a few exceptions, but if you find anything that's not the bear, definitely check the comps. This is just the Panda 15-inch, sold for $8.96. Fisher-Price Dream Dollhouse. This is the vintage stuff from like the 90s. This was just part of a ice chest and then 2 little sleeping bags. $8.96. I list a lot of stuff at $9.95, especially when it's lots like this. My Little People, some just regular plush. And when it gets that 10% sell on, I sell a lot of stuff at $8.96. Just, you know, it's like my point where a lot of my bread and butter sell. Nike Chelsea Football Club jacket, sold for $22.21. Lego minifigs, still selling them. Almost every What's sold, I have at least one. This was a astromech droid. I think this might have been in one of the advent calendars. Sold for $11.25. If you're new to my channel, I don't offer free shipping. So when I say they paid that, they also paid additional for shipping. Dakin, love that brand. This is a brown bear from 1976. It is stuffed with nutshells, so I try to put that in the listing, in the title, so that if somebody had an allergy, they would know. It sold for $16.16. Russ puppet. I've been selling a lot of puppets, and I bought a bunch of puppets, and I just listed them, so, you know, maybe that's kind of getting that stuff moving. But this was a cow bull puppet by Russ. It had a little bell right here. A lot of this stuff is the stuff I showed in my last Ship With Me video. It had a little bell right here, so I did have to box it. It sold for $16.16. Kelly toy, got a $10 offer on it, so it was like, okay, let's go. Nick and Nora Sock Monkey pajamas. PJs. There we go. I'm gonna start putting that. Somebody said to take away from the pajamas versus pajamas argument, not really argument, but discussion Robert and I had. Just call them PJs. That settles it. These sold for $13.33. Again, they've been listed probably over a year. Snuggle Bear. I pick up all Snuggle Bears. This is always bread and butter. This is the small 7.5 inch. Again, $8.96. Now this I picked up at the Highway 127 sale. It is Foofer. He's the smaller version. There's a large version of him. This one had the suction cup things on his feet. I want to say I paid $3 for him. Sold for $35.95. Skechers Shape Up boots. I want to say this was one of those sales where I wasn't planning on buying them, but they were so cheap I needed to, you know. But they sold for $32.95. Shepler's Western shirts with pearl snap. we find a lot of pearl snap shirts around here. Most of them are going to be bread and butter, but I think there are a few exceptions, but we find a lot, so I do plan on still continuing to pick them up, especially if we can get them for $1 or so. This one sold for $12. Another hand puppet. This is a Alligator by Beverly Hills Teddy Bear Company, $13.45. More of the HO scale train parts that we picked up. This is by Lifelike. Just another, it was sealed in the box, sold for $13.45. Walmart tan dog plush. This one is more common. It sold for $12.55. If you see the one that's looks like this, but it's got Rottweiler colors, it does a whole lot better. Homer Laughlin plates. Robert picked these up. I think I've got other dishes to it, but I decided to list everything individually. This person bought 4 of them, sold for $35.84 for all 4. Robert showed in the Ship With Me video how we packed them, and we had a comment that said that's not enough packing. It has already been delivered, and we got glowing feedback. So, you know, we all have our own way. Some people were saying don't use the air pillows. Other people were saying they use styrofoam peanuts. I don't like styrofoam peanuts. You know, we all have our own way. The best that you can do is get it to your buyer intact, unbroken. We have very few damaged items delivered. Check how other people are shipping their items. As long as it gets there safely, it's all good. You know, we use a lot of bubble wrap and the air pillows. Octonauts, there was a time when I did really well with the figures, but they just seem to not be doing as well. I still list most of them individually because I still want to provide something that, you know, somebody's looking just for that one part. This was Captain Barnacles. He sold for $9.86. Now this was one of those items I had, but I didn't really have a price point. So a lot of times I'll do $15 or $20. It was listed maybe 10 days, got a $12 offer on it, and went ahead and accepted it. Cuddlewit, this one has the vintage tag. I love that brand. Nice quality. Anytime I find it, I go ahead and pick it up, if, you know, depending on price. But I do really well with it. It sold for $20 best offer. Chico's, we find a lot of that around here also. This was a sweater with the leopard print little design down the edging. Sold for $15 best offer. Now this we showed in that Ship With Me video about keeping the box flat and then, you know, wrap it in bubble wrap and ship that. I do that with boxes. I do that with books, magazines. A lot of times I just find a box that it's going to fit in and ship it that way, and then right on there, do not bend or something like that. But this was a huge popcorn Santa Claus hanger. Sold for $35.95. I think I'm down to 1 left. I had a bunch that I just waited forever to get them listed. But Christmas in January. All right, this is some more of that HO scale stuff. I had a whole lot of loose stuff, little stuff, that were all by Atlas. So I just decided to go ahead and put all of it. A lot of it would have been, you know, $3 each. And I just decided one big lot, and it sold for $40. All right, this was some more of the vintage stuff from that estate sale. I bought, I want to say 2 or 3 boxes of vintage Christmas. They were lots. I think I paid $20 for one box, 15 maybe for another. I've got most of it listed. I have a small pile of stuff I haven't done. These were all those little wooden ornaments, but they were all still sealed in their original packaging. So I just decided to lot this group. I had another lot that was out of their packaging. Sold for $44.95. I kept getting $20 and $25 offers, and I just stood my ground, and then it sold at the sale price. But here's my best sell for the weekend on eBay. I already showed you the Poshmark one, which was the best. But look, and again, this is one of those items, tons of lowball, tons. Lego minifigure. Now the real star of this lot is that Galen Merrick Star Killer. I had Darth Vader. He wasn't going to be very much, so I just put the two of them together. Listed them for $100, but it sold at my sale price of $89.96. So definitely check your minifigures, which is funny because I had all of these listed in one lot for quite a bit of money. I don't remember, $800. But if somebody had, if somebody had checked each of these figures, they would have probably doubled their money because there were a lot of treasures. And at first I didn't take the time, and now I'm so glad I spent the 2 days splitting this whole lot up, because I've made way more than what I would have gotten if somebody had bought the whole lot, and it would have been on sale. So who knows, and all the fees, I might have only made $500 or $600 on all of it. So lesson learned, don't do very expensive large lots, especially on Lego minifigures. All right, it's early. I haven't had breakfast. I've drank all my coffee here. I need to go replen that, and then I'm gonna try to get some videos up, maybe another video done today, and then keep processing. I got so involved in a YouTuber yesterday, and I started binge watching. You know how you guys do it to me a lot, and while I do it to others too. I think they're CK Treasures. I'll have Robert put their link down here in the bottom. But they were hilarious, and I ended up working longer than I normally do. I processed 50 listings yesterday because I just was listening and watching and working, and I do it too. It just, you find somebody. I think Tea and Pickers, Jerry and Tim, who came to our meetup, was mentioning them, and so I had subscribed that night, and then yesterday it just came up. But they're hilarious. So you'd think Robert's funny. This guy's funny too. All right, it's time to eat, get to work.